Hello, and welcome to the What's Up London show. I'm your host, Jennifer Slay. Let's start our show by taking a moment to acknowledge that the lands that we live on here in London, Ontario, are the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Lenape-Pawak, and Shinanton peoples. I sincerely express my gratitude to the Indigenous peoples and their ancestors for what I and my family have received as settlers on this land. I also acknowledge and show gratitude to my ancestors who came before me, who made it possible for me to be sitting here today. We have a great show for you today. A whole lot of recognition and some news on a music festival. So let's get right into it. Our first guest is a YMCA Women of Excellence honoree in the category of Health, Science and Technology. She is Canada's first Black female president and CEO to lead a research-intensive acute care teaching hospital, and she holds a strong unifying vision for London Health Sciences Centre to strengthen the organization's mission of excellent care, teaching, research and system leadership. Please welcome Dr. Jackie Schleifer Taylor. Hello.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Well, welcome and congratulations.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
So how does it feel to have this honor?
It feels very, very special. And I'm grateful for the Children's Health Foundation to have nominated me, and I'm feeling very fortunate to be among the women honorees this year. I can't even describe the feeling, actually.
Yeah, it's probably very proud, but humbling at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of just that. Not so much proud, because I feel as though it's being recognized for my efforts and for what I'm bringing to the passion that I have in my work every day.
Right.
I'm a little in awe still about it, truthfully.
Well, one of the things we were talking about prior to the show was the fact that you are the first Black female CEO and president, right? And so sometimes that can, especially in the political climate we're in right now, it's like, oh, well, you were hired, they had to hire you, you're a diversity hire. And it's like, well, no. And just would love to hear your comments on that.
Thank you for that question. What I can say for sure is I'm most certain that LHSC's board didn't hire me because I'm a Black woman.
Right.
I'm quite certain they looked at my experience and credentials and determined me to be the best for the role. At the same time, I received, as a result of my appointment, letters and emails from Canadians across the entire country about my appointment, and racialized girls and women who see this appointment as a hopeful opportunity that they might have one day. Yeah. And so it's 2023 and it is true that I was a first. And that is symbolically important, but it isn't the reason I have the role I have.
Right, yeah, and I think that's really an important point, because to be in the position that you're in, you have to be excellent.
I do.
And as would anyone have to be excellent.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. And so what's the next step in terms of the awards that you've been provided? What happens next?
Well, we meet as a group of honorees and get to know one another, and I'm thinking that's a gift unto itself, because it is inspiring learning about the others and their particular passions which drove them for this recognition. It's also an opportunity, quite honestly, to think about the privilege that I have had in just getting to this place where individuals, through their kindness and goodwill, have said, we want to talk a little bit about her because she cares passionately about London, she cares passionately about healthcare. And it's like seeing your professional commitments be acknowledged. It's a lovely thing. And I'm sure that with the other honorees, and just getting to know them a bit better, I'll get filled up. You know, we all need a little boost. Our work is hard.
Yeah. I've had the awesome privilege to be able to interview a few of the other women as well, and the diversity in terms of the experiences and what you have all done is amazing.
I have to say, when we first convened together for the first time, when the announcements were made, there were a few of my heroes in the room that I hadn't expected to see. You know, well, you know who they are, and I just felt, I don't want to take away from any one individual, but I have to say, being in that room, it's humbling. You know, it's wonderful.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So proud to, as a Black woman, and having been the first in many things, it's humbling, and it's fills me with pride.
Thank you, Jennifer.
That you're here. So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Your happy place. Easy 1013, the perfect music mix.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mario Elia, and I'm the host of a new show here on Rogers TV that we're calling Keeping London Healthy with Dr. Mario. So tune in Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. and we'll see you then.
You're watching Rogers TV, London.
Welcome back. With roots going back a century and a half, London Health Sciences Centre is an award-winning, research-intensive, acute, tertiary and quaternary teaching hospital. Woo! One of the only 14 such hospitals in Ontario. Dr. Schleifer Taylor is back to share with us how the London Health Sciences Centre has been awarded accreditation with exemplary standing, demonstrating excellence in quality and safety. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. We are quite proud of that. I'm proud for the team LHSC.
So can you tell us a little bit about this award and what it means for the hospital?
Well, to me, it means that the double hard duty that everybody in the hospital put their attention to of maintaining and improving quality and safety, especially during the pandemic, has been recognized by an external body who's come in and graded us on over 3,000 standards and required organizational practices and said, you've got this. Oh. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me.
So what a wonderful way to recognize not just the hospital, but the people within the hospital that make it function.
Thank you, Jennifer. It is about everybody inside the walls of LHSC. That's whether or not we're talking about healthcare providers or staff members who support services that deliver care, learning, and research, or we're talking about leadership. It's just everybody focused on maintaining the highest standards possible for the communities we serve.
And it's a lot, right? Like, I mean, London is 450,000 about that, but then there's also the surrounding areas as well.
That's right. Our catchment area is roughly 1.5 million. We see patients north of Thunder Bay, Manitoba border over to about Kitchener-Waterloo, and then some of our programs are actually 1 or 2 or 3 of its kind across the province. So we're really, we're the acute tertiary quaternary hospital for all of southwestern Ontario, and it's just a great recognition for the team, for the team.
Definitely. And so, for the viewers that might not understand what a teaching hospital is, could you just explain for our viewers?
For sure. So ours is one of those fully affiliated teaching hospitals, which means that all of our physicians hold appointments at our medical school at Western, the Schulich School of Medicine and Dentistry. And with that appointment at the university, physicians and other healthcare providers drive innovation and research, and that's related to clinical practice, it's related to health system innovation, and it's not just the physicians that do that, but it's the leadership and other disciplines and staff. And so we're required as a teaching hospital to prepare the next learners of the system. We're required to conduct research, and we're required to give that really specialized care. And the fourth requirement that's not often talked about is that we're required to innovate and lead the system, and that's what LHSC is doing.
Awesome. Can you talk a little bit about some of the things that are being innovated right now, or?
No, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for sure. The pandemic has taught us that what used to take 10 years to be implemented in the health system can take 10 months, or it can take 10 weeks, or it can take 10 hours. And that nimbleness of necessity that the whole system learned is now ours and every hospital's obligation, actually every segment of the health system, to innovate and put into practice and sustain. Right. And so some of the things we've done and are looking at is who the providers are around every patient care journey, and how we can actually have better ways of having the right care at the right time for the patients. We're thinking about ways in which we can adopt digital tools and infuse that into patient care so that appointments can be facilitated on, when patients want to be seen, not just when we want them to be seen. And we're certainly looking at strategies to make sure we can see more patients in a timely way to reduce the wait times that have built up over the pandemic.
Right.
It's exciting, and people are passionate and committed about it because we care about that, you know.
Yes. And in addition, there's the Children's Hospital attached to it too, right?
Yes. So we have 3 hospitals within our London Health Sciences network, essentially. 2 that are adult care, University Hospital and Victoria Hospital, and then we have one of the 4 tertiary quaternary children's hospitals in the province at LHSC as well. We call it the Children's Hospital. How innovative is that in a title? Which is one of 13 in the country.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Well, congratulations to the hospital.
Thank you.
Congratulations again for your award as well. And we look forward to seeing what happens in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being here.
Pleasure.
We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Do you have questions about menopause and the menopause journey? We've got you covered. Join us for the Modern Woman's Menopause Show, and hopefully we can give you some answers. And of course, my friends, don't forget to sparkle.
Most people that have received treatment for drug use problems are probably going to have a lapse.
Join addictions counselor Dean Anderson for Invisible, Breaking Through the Stigma of Addiction on Rogers TV.
Night's action on Rogers TV.
I did it.
I need it.
A hero gave it.
And I am alive.
As an organ donor, you can save up to 8 lives and enhance the lives of 75 others. Please go to our website. Pledge a gift of life. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back. Paul Garrett and Jim Scott, two dedicated Kiwanians, are here to talk to us about the Kiwanis Music Festival, which will now be completely face-to-face. They are here to share with you how you can be a participant in this over 60-year tradition. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jennifer. It's good to be here.
So what is coming up for Kiwanis?
Well, we have a lot of fantastic events over the next few months, not least of which is the Kiwanis Music Festival. Yes. And we're looking so much forward, and that runs from April 11th to April 28th. And here's former Eastern Canada and Caribbean District Governor Jim Scott to tell us more about it.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you very much, Paul. Jennifer, as you just mentioned, the festival has been happening in the London community for 63 years now. And it's about to take place here in the city. We're going to be in 23 different halls and schools throughout the city over a 3-week period of time. And I am so pro this particular festival on what it does to London and to our young musicians. And the benefits to London is we really give back to the community. It allows musicians to get some feedback, not just from their instructors and their teachers, but from one of the top adjudicators if in North America, if not in the world, in their whatever discipline that they are talking about. So they get to hear from them, things that they like, some possible improvements that they might like to make to even get better. So it's fantastic for all the young people in the city. And it's not just young, by the way. There are what I'll call mature adults, people like Paul and I possibly, that can also participate in the particular event. As we go on, there's a lot of work behind a program such as this. We have a very dedicated board of 12 different individuals. It is chaired by Betty Ann Yonker, who does a terrific job in coordinating it and keeping us going time in and time out. And the other thing that it does for many of our performers, it allows them, if they want to move on in their music endeavors, to do so, because if they do well in the London Festival, they can move on to what we call the provincials. And once somebody does well in the provincials, it pretty well indicates that they're going to become possibly a full-time music teacher or a full-time performer as they go out into the world of work itself. Some of the things that are different with our music festival is within the school systems themselves. We have a different method of grading. We don't grade 1, 2, 3. We grade gold, silver, bronze. And they're playing to a standard. And that standard, the gold standard or the silver standard, is what they strive for. And I think it's very healthy. We went to that method about 10 years ago, and I wasn't sure at the time, how will that be accepted by the people that take part in the festival, but also the parents and the teachers. But it is now well accepted.
Yeah. The Kiwanis Music Festival has played such a huge part in so many young people's lives, well, all people's lives throughout the years. I remember as a child myself being in a different province and the Kiwanis Music Festival there, and there's awards that are given as well to students to support them to further their music education.
In fact, we have each year between $35,000 and $40,000 in awards that go back to the participants. We also have some very special awards that people can have the opportunity of becoming involved in and seen. And one that comes to mind, of course, is our Rose Bowl. Our Rose Bowl is where we take the top solo performers in voice, in violin, in guitar, brass, woodwinds, and they get an opportunity to perform for a very large cash prize. And for a student, they have an opportunity to earn $1,000. That's pretty special for them. So that's a Rose Bowl, and it's held towards the end of the festival. We also have an incredible piano contest that takes place, and that is provided by the Park family here in London. They have donated significant money when their mother passed away, and that's a very, very sought after award as well. And then the Lutheran Social Services group have a very great organ type of award. So we not only have the usual performers and the awards that they might win, but we also have some very large ones. And to see the whole icing on the cake as I talk about it, it's our Stars Festival. That takes place in May the 24th this year. It's a Wednesday night at Centennial Hall. And that is where we bring together what we would call some of the highest highlights from our festival. And I love that night. It's absolutely terrific to go and see and be part of, and to see all the young performers receive their awards as they come across the stage.
Yes. Well, good luck with the festival this year.
Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks for having us.
No problem. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dan Mailer. I'm the host of London Lights, the show where we talk about notable Londoners who have made a big mark, big impact on the world of music, entertainment, sports, politics.
Monsieur de Champlain, when I finish paddling through this wilderness and reach China, I shall greet them wearing this.
Monsieur Nicolet, your mission shall be for the honor of the king and the Holy Faith.
In the summer of 1634, Jean Nicolet set off from Quebec to find a trade route that would link Europe and North America with China.
But where is it?
Further. I know the place you are seeking.
For months, Nicolet pushed through the wilderness, searching for the Western Sea.
Goja! Mississippi!
What did he say?
He says, Mississippi, great water.
Mississippi, the sea, China.
Jean Nicolet was wrong. It was Lake Michigan, not the Pacific. But others would follow his dream. Joliet, La Salle, the La Vérendryes, and they would map most of North America from the Rockies to the Gulf of Mexico.
About 16% of the people we talked to actually became homeless during the pandemic. And it's a horrible thing to be.
Welcome back. The Salute to Laudable Londoners is a charitable event that honors people from our community who have dedicated their time to charitable causes. This year, they are pleased to honor Dr. Kathy Folds, who has generously dedicated her time, energy, and expertise to our local community. Please welcome the please welcome the chair of the PHSS Foundation Board of Directors, Marion Storm, who will share more about the event in honor Laudable Londoners. Hello.
Hello, Jen, and thank you so much for having me here today.
Thanks for being here.
It's a wonderful event. As you so nicely said, kind of stealing my words, it's a charitable event that honors people from our community that devote time and effort to charitable causes. So it is an honor for me to chair the foundation, but it's also an honor to be one of the spokespersons at the event.
Yeah, so you must meet some amazing people.
Oh, absolutely, from all walks of life. And of course, based on the various guests that we've had over the year. For example, we had Emma Donahue last year. So here, this was probably one of the first ones from an artistic vent or view from our community, and it was absolutely wonderful because again that opens up all different doors, and I like to call this friend making event because then we get to meet all kinds of people.
Nice. Tell us more about the event.
Okay, so this year it's our 24th annual salute to Laudable Londoners. Yep, 24 years. And Dr. Kathy Folds, she serves currently as the palliative care physician with St. Joseph's Health Centre.
Okay.
And she's also a staff physician at London Health Sciences. So she was instrumental in helping PHSS get vaccines and administer them in-house to the people we serve so that we could keep them safe during the pandemic.
Oh, wow.
So this made it so much simpler for our people than to have to go to the various and sundry places to get the vaccinations. So we were delighted with that. And she also worked with PHSS to get approval from the Middlesex London Health Unit to be able to administer vaccines and doses, so that then we had staff to be able to do this, and it also helped the people we serve as well as the people who work for PHSS as well. Wow. So we're just absolutely delighted to have her. Dr. Kathy is currently the the chair of the OMA and Agri Inc., which delivers and evaluates chronic disease programs to primary care.
So before we finish up, I want to make sure that we talk about the charity, where the money goes to.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have two things that we look at to focus our funding that we gain here. One is for support of the people we serve when they go to hospital. Many of them are nonverbal. So when they are admitted to hospital, it can be a very confusing and upsetting time for them. And not to mention the stress to them and their family. So what we do is we have full-time, 24/7 support for that person so that they can act as the advocate and liaison between the medical staff and the person we serve. And so it makes that situation so much more palatable for them if going to the hospital can be that. The other thing that we use our money for is for transportation. Many of our people are in wheelchairs, and so we need transportation to get them around. Vans cost about $75,000 to purchase and retrofit, and then there's maintenance on top of that. And this is so the people we serve can go and have the life and do things that you and I take for granted, like going to the movie or having coffee with friends. So it's a wonderful way to get this kind of funding because it is not covered in any of the funding today.
Well, thank you so much for being here. This sounds like an amazing event, and I'm so happy for Dr. Kathy that she's being honored. It sounds like she's done some amazing things.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Jen, for having me today.
No problem. You take care.
Okay.
Well, that's a wrap. Thank you for watching and for listening. Please show your support to our guests by visiting and sharing their social media pages and supporting their events. I look forward to being here again with you next week, and I ask that you please like, comment, and share this episode with your networks. Be well, take care, and I'll see you next week.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Monday nights, a winner with Optimist TV Bingo on Rogers TV. With a weekly prize board of $3,000, the money raised funds projects to help the youth in our community. You can pick up your cards at over 90 locations across London, and for only $2, you get 6 chances to win. Watch, play, and win every Monday night at 8 p.m. with Optimist TV Bingo on Rogers TV, or streamed live at rogerstv.com.